Hey, this is Matt, and I'm here with my two good friends, Chloe and Mason.
Hey there.
What's going on?
In this video, we're going to teach you how to play Wild Guess. Wild Guess is a fast-paced, unpredictable, and highly competitive card battle for 2 to 4 players. The object of the game is to be the first player to get rid of all your cards. You do this by guessing cards correctly, which then allows you to pass some of your cards to an opponent. But at the same time, your opponents are also trying to guess cards correctly so they can pass cards to you. And the only line of defense players have during the game is their block card. This card sometimes forces your opponent to discard their cards after a correct guess, instead of passing them to you.
To get started, each player chooses one of the 4 block cards for protection during the game. Any extra block cards are removed from the deck and set aside from play. Place your block card directly in front of you, where opponents can easily see it.
Next, choose a dealer to shuffle the deck, and deal 15 face-down cards to each player. Players should gather all their cards into a neat face-down pile. And finally, each player peeks at and memorizes the last card in their pile. In 2-player games, the non-dealer goes first. And in games with 3 or more players, the player to the dealer's left goes first, and play continues in that direction. In this game, that's Chloe. So she kicks off the game with the first guess.
What you will be guessing each turn is the color or the suit of your card. There are 2 valid guesses for colors, red and black. And there are 4 valid guesses for suits: diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. Whether you must guess the suit or color is always determined by the top card in your pass pile. If your pass pile is empty, always guess your next card's color. Otherwise, what you must guess is the label printed on the top card in your pile. This will always say suit or color. When you run out of cards to guess in your guess pile, you must flip over your entire pass pile to recreate it. Do not shuffle, rearrange, or manipulate your cards in any way. Just quickly flip them.
Chloe, don't forget the rule that keeps the gameplay fast and fun.
Oh yeah, the guessing time limit. Each player gets just 2 seconds to make a guess during their turn. Take too long and your opponents can agree that you forfeit your turn. My pass pile is empty, so I must guess the color of my first card. Announce your guess loud and clear so your opponents can hear. Then flip the card over to reveal it on the top of your pass pile. Black. When your guess is incorrect, like mine just was, your turn ends and the game moves to the next player.
Okay, my turn. Red.
Black.
Each of us now has a card in our pass pile. So our next round of guesses are determined by the label on that card. The label on my card is suit, so I'm going to guess hearts.
My card's label says color, so I'll guess black.
Label equals suit. Guess equals clubs.
Lucky guess.
When you make a correct guess, you can pass cards to the next player in the game. The number of cards you can pass is printed on your correctly guessed card. If your pass pile has fewer cards than the number indicated, just pick up whatever cards are in the pile. Keep the cards you're passing in order with your correctly guessed card on top, and move them to the top of the next player's pass pile. Your turn then ends.
Okay, I'm up next. Red.
Nope, those cards are blocked. When someone makes a correct guess and is about to pass you their cards, pay attention. Because if the suit of the correctly guessed card matches a suit on your block card, your opponent is blocked. They must discard their cards from the game instead of passing them to you.
To discard your cards, place them face down in a pile at the center of the table. These cards can be ignored for the remainder of the game. Mason, you're up.
Let's go spades. Okay, so this is where things get a little wild. Get it?
Funny.
Hilarious.
When your guess is correct and the card is a wild card, you gain special passing powers. The first power is you can ignore everyone's block cards. Your opponent must accept your cards. No questions asked. And the second power is you can pass your cards to not just the next player, but to any player in the game. This helps you target opponents who are low on cards and close to winning, or opponents who deserve payback for passing cards to you.
Now that everyone knows the rules of the game, keep taking turns guessing a card and following these rules until a player is in position to win the game, like Chloe happens to be right now.
I'm in position to win the game because I only have 3 cards left. If I guess the suit of this last card correctly, there's a good chance I can pass or discard all my remaining cards. So what did I do to get in this position? Of course, I needed some good luck. But to win the game, I also need a good memory. Each time you guess a card, take note of any suit or color patterns forming in your pass pile. Maybe there were a lot of red cards towards the front of your pile. Or maybe there were 4 spades in a row towards the end. Try to memorize these patterns to improve your guessing each time you flip your pass pile. And be sure to always memorize the top card in your pass pile before flipping your cards. This card will always become the last card in your guess pile. So it's not only a free correct guess, it could also be the game-winning guess. Diamonds.
And with that guess, Chloe passes the last of her cards to win the game.
Good game, guys.
Congratulations, Chloe. Job well done.
Well played. Well played.
Well, that explains how to play Wild Guess, the epic card battle where you'll never guess who wins.
It's time for you to take what you've learned and become a tournament level player.
Or, Mason, they could just start with competing against some friends.
You make a good point.
Either way, thanks for helping make this the world's fastest growing card game. Shall we play another round?
I'm good. Let's go.
Yep, I'll deal this time.